guess.
No, what?
What?
Well, yeah. Okay.
Any successful radio jockey, whether it's just a disc jockey or a talk show host, none of them use crutch phrases. And none of them...
Wow.
See, we helped each other learn today. That was nice. The more you know.
Only in America.
Projekt X.
MorningShowCentral.com. I've been listening a lot to the Bull and the Fox lately.
That was very bullish of you.
Middays. It's the Projekt X show. I'm Otter. To my left is Pat. To my lefter, Girl. To my right, Johnny Five. To my dog leg right, making his return for the first time in months, Rooster. Chris in the production studio, Msc Everyman. And intern, dubbed at the end of last week's show, Mr. Tibbs. In the green room. I don't think I gave him his little rundown sheet, Chris. If one of you guys can get that to him, if he can get it to himself or you can get it to him, that'd be appreciated.
And we actually will have the intern doing something dumb this week, because I do have a question for him.
Yeah, we talked about last week how did we name the segment?
No.
How we're going to do a segment, not every week, because we found out that those are horrible ideas, to do maybe like every couple weeks or so a segment with the intern, because I like this guy. He's the best one we've had since Cherie. That being said, she was the best one we had in a long time, and he doesn't suck on the mic. He made it into an intro, which is the first time an intern has done that in quite a while, and so we're going to do a segment with him, because he's black. Like most of them, and he has a unique outlook on things and a perspective on things that maybe we don't have. So last week we discovered, in rapping with him about certain things, no pun intended, about like scissorp and things like this, he started educating us on these things. So we thought, you know what? How about we come up with a question once every now and then about like a stereotypical black thing that we don't understand, and maybe help him to help us understand that.
Do we know how far along is he in his studies?
He's here till
He
May.
has a long time to go.
He'll be here until May.
Excellent. Because I fully plan on February just being an hour-long segment. Rather than just one
February.
Nobody claimed you were original, dude.
No one has ever accused this show of being original.
Except us.
The people who steal things from us claim that they're original.
Can't wait till there's a black intern at MMS tomorrow. Wait, did I just name them? Whoops.
Yep.
It already is.
I didn't hear two. I only heard one M. I thought you were talking about the disease.
It's a foundation. We work charitable donations.
Pat's back. We have a full crew back for the first time, like I said, in months, so that's kind of exciting. So maybe we'll find out if there's been anything going on.
Are you blessing the studio right now? What are you doing?
He's
There's
doing
droplets.
an exorcism.
There's droplets on my nipple that were bothering me.
I hate that.
So I don't know. Maybe if you guys have any unique things that's happened to you since you've been gone for the past year or two.
I can't believe I haven't told the story yet.
Okay.
I was thinking the other day, and I actually was going to bring it up last week, but then
You weren't here.
Circumstances prevented me from being here. So we moved a few months ago, Memorial Day weekend. We moved like 1,000 feet.
Right.
You know, we moved from an up and down row house to a 3-bedroom, which we needed for the baby. So we kept an eye on our old place, and we're watching it to see if they were doing any work and if they moved everybody in. So finally we saw, about a month and a half ago, probably 2 months ago, we saw somebody moving in and getting in. So I saw them sitting out on their porch one day, and I said something to Kathy. I said, let's go. I saw the people that moved in our place. So she's like, well, let's go over and introduce ourselves. And
Be the creep that people be like, we used to live here.
well, and she
Pay no
wanted
attention to that knocking from the other room.
she wanted to be the good neighbor and
Take 'em like a
welcome
casserole
them
or something,
to
sure.
the neighborhood, and if you need anything, if you have any questions, we've been here for a little bit. I wanted to see what all work they had done to our old house after we moved out.
Because you're nosy.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to see if it was that much nicer than when we moved in, and get pissed off that the new maintenance department apparently does much more work.
Can we have that one back? We'll trade.
Did they pull the body from between the walls?
Not yet.
I just want to know, did you bring them a bundle?
No. No, we stopped over there, and they came outside. They saw us because they had gone back inside, so they saw us come in, walked outside, kind of BS with them for a few minutes, and they went in. And then the wife stopped my wife one day and asked if she wanted to come over for coffee, but it was a Tuesday night, so I was here. She said, "Oh, I can't. Tuesdays it's just me and the kids."
And that's why you weren't here last week.
No. And besides that, it's 8:00 at night, and I actually work in the morning, so no. So, we're having a cookout this weekend. We're having friends over, as like a, housewarming type thing. So why don't you come over then? So we went over for that and, hung out with their friends. And, I took that as the opportunity to explore the house and see all the work they had done.
That was really eating at you, wasn't it?
Well, it pissed me off because we had like this wood paneling in the living room. They ripped that out.
Right.
They essentially redid their kitchen, all new cabinets and everything in the kitchen. So yeah, that all kind of pissed me off. But
you're such an old man, dude.
He really is.
Oh, they gave him all new stuff after we
Instead of concentrating on what he has now, he's like, "Oh, look what they did to the old place that they didn't do for us."
Pat got married, had a kid, turned 62.
But they so they got to talking about issues they were having with their babysitter,
right?
And their, how she wasn't happy with their childcare situation, and the wife, being the charitable soul that she is, says, I can talk to my babysitter. She comes to our house, and it's a great deal, and she doesn't charge us very much, and just so happened that she drove down the street because she was going over to her brother's house, so she ran down and got her, and so they talked about it, and so we figured we'd hook them up, and that would be the end of it.
Right.
So they had talked on and off, and I come home the one night on a Friday when I work later, and I sit down, and Kathy just finished dinner, and I sit down and I sit to eat. She says, "Yeah, so, she stopped over today and brought their kid, who's like a year and a half, I think." She says, and we're sitting here talking, and we don't have a TV stand. We just have my DVD cabinet that we have, a 40-inch TV sitting on top of. So it's not completely sturdy, as long as you're not messing with it.
Oh God! Did you
fine.
kill the neighbor's kid?
Yeah.
Well, no. I guess she's sitting there, and she's like, "Oh yeah, well she's gonna start watching us," and you start watching her, and we're gonna bring over on Monday. And while this conversation's going on, her kid is over there shaking the DVD cabinet, and the TV starts wobbling. So my wife's like, "Hey, let's not do that," And the woman looks at her and goes, "Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that." Before then, we're gonna have to, and as a thank you for setting all this up, my husband and I are gonna come over and baby-proof the house for you. So I'm sitting there with a knife and fork in my hand, and my wife says this, and I looked at her and I said...
So when she said we're going to have to do something about that, she didn't mean we're going to have to stop the kid from shaking things.
No. She meant we're going to have to
do something about the safety of your TV.
We're going to have to make that more secure.
Wow.
And then, by the way, we're going to come over and baby-proof your house for you.
Wow.
So they're taking your baby?
Okay.
And I said, what? So she re-explained it, and I said... No, they're not.
Right.
And she goes, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't being emotional and getting worked up. And, I said, no, that's quite possibly the most absurd thing anyone has ever said in this house.
Right.
Absolutely not. And what were you going to do?
Did Kathy find that insulting?
Yes,
kind
extremely.
of. Okay, because I would have found that insulting, but I don't know if I'm just
extremely.
Overreacting.
Even Lindsay in the chat room says, "Oh snap!"
I'm like, okay, well maybe I'm just overreacting, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, and that's what she was worried because
You
I
don't.
tend to be much more level-headed, and I tend to be, a little more grounded. She's like, I didn't get worked up because I thought maybe I was just being emotional. I said, no. They're not coming into my house and telling me how my house is going to be laid out.
Right.
What you do is walk over to their house and say, "Hey, I found this book of matches. I wanted to teach your kid how to play with them."
They just met you.
Yeah. No, this was maybe a couple weeks into knowing.
But still, just met you. Even a couple weeks
Yeah.
is not
Well, no,
enough
and
time
that's what
to
I'm
have
saying.
that kind
I'm
of
agreeing with
relationship.
her.
Right.
Yeah, no, she says, we're going to come. And I said, the hell they are. I said, nobody's walking into my house and telling me how it's going to get laid out.
Right.
And she says, and so she goes, yeah, and Kathy's like, I don't know about that. And she says, well, you're going to have to do it for the baby anyways. I said, yeah. And when my baby starts moving around the house and I have to worry about what she's getting into, I will baby-proof my house.
Right.
Dude, I got 2 of them, and they're both still alive. I've never baby-proofed
Well, and that's
anything.
essentially what,
Yeah.
our parents' generation is like, what do you mean baby-proof?
Right.
Look, you only stick the fork in the electrical socket one time.
Yep.
Yeah, but Pat, were they going to buy you like a new entertainment center?
No, she just wanted. No,
No,
that
what-
was we need to do something about that. They were
Yeah.
just going to baby-proof the house. Meaning
okay.
They're going to come over and put rubber corners on stuff
And they'll probably-
put stuff in light sockets.
I was gonna say
and-
put those plastic things in the socket.
And had it been buy you a new entertainment stand, I would have been all for it, and then told them to never come back.
I would have said
Honest to God.
sure.
Honest to God, what they're going to do is, I guarantee you, her husband thinks of himself handy, and he's going to buy an L bracket from Lowe's, drill it into the top of the DVD center, and then drill it into the wall and say, there, it's fixed.
Hey, here's an idea.
Shut
How
up.
about you tell your kid not to
Yeah.
climb on other people's
Right.
stuff in other people's houses?
Because I was thrown when you first said that. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. I was like, oh, the kid has a problem with shaking
no.
things, so they got to work on that with the kid. Not they're gonna come over and baby-proof your house so their kid doesn't get injured when he's being an ass.
I thought the kid had Parkinson's and was just trying to stand still.
I immediately
holding
looked,
onto the
I
handles.
immediately looked the other way and was just like, the minute you said that, I thought to myself, did you just say that?
And I was like, so she comes back over to the house and she hasn't been able to get a hold of our babysitter, first of all, because our babysitter is just dodging her.
Right.
But she's like, oh, yeah.
Because is her babysitter now come to find that she's bat crap crazy?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And they had gone through some stuff. So she's, and granted, not exactly handling it like an adult and saying, no, I'm not going to watch your kid.
Sure.
It's just not taking her phone calls and
Right.
saying she's out of town and isn't getting a cell phone reception.
How old's the babysitter?
The same age as my wife.
Oh,
So
okay.
like 28, 29.
So that's no
right?
excuse.
Yeah.
It's not like she's a teenager. She's just an ass also.
Yeah, but so
As I insult your babysitter.
I'm
Hey, you
I'm
didn't
sitting
insult his
here.
baby. It's okay.
and the woman comes over again another day and I'm sitting there and she sits down and starts talking to my wife and she goes, so, I canceled the other babysitter and I can't get a hold of yours. But is it still okay if I bring her over on Monday morning?
No.
And I said,
Not anymore.
and she's like, well, it's okay with us. If it's okay with the babysitter, I couldn't tell you. You have to find that out.
Right.
So then I get up since they're talking about this and go back.
Because
I'm-
essentially what was going to happen was your babysitter is scheduled to watch your kid on Monday, and then this lady wants to bring her kid to your house and just watch both kids there.
and well, that was the other thing. She was going to dictate where the kid was allowed to be watched.
Oh no.
Because we give her free reign. Her mom lives over by my mom, lives
Right.
2 minutes away. So she had free reign to take the kids over there. No, not with her baby. Her child had to stay in a certain area. And so she starts beginning, well, I get up and I go back to the bedroom because I was playing Song Pop and I was like, I'll be a courteous person and not sit right next to you and play it.
Unbelievable.
And then it keeps me from strangling you. And I'm laying on our bed in the bedroom, and I hear her ask my wife, so when's a good time for us to come over and do the baby proofing?
Oh,
Song Pop's done.
And, well, no, I'm
Set
like,
phone down.
all right, how's this going to get handled? And I can barely hear my wife respond. It's real quiet. And then I hear the door open. And then I don't hear voices anymore. And I thought, she took her on the porch so I don't murder her.
Right.
Or she is going to be keeping company inside the walls.
So, and she politely explained to her, listen, I'm not so comfortable with that.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, can we bring her over anyway?
Get
As long as you're okay with not touching my house.
Right.
this is why you don't say hi to your neighbors.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Lesson learned.
And that was our babysitter said, all right, from now on, your wife needs to get approval on any new friends she makes
Yeah.
from one of us.
Yep.
Because then she does show up on Monday. Because we leave for work, and I figure, all right, she had to leave for work. Apparently, she decided I haven't been able to get a hold of her, so I'm just going to take the kid to whatever
Figure
other
something
arrangements
else
I have.
out, sure.
Well, I guess the babysitter's sitting there with the baby a little later in the morning, and there's a knock on the door.
Oh, no.
And she just
She
doesn't-
has a mallet and rubber
She just-
corners in her hand.
well, she just doesn't get off the couch because the blinds are drawn, the door is shut, and you can't see through that door. The only window is above eye
So
level.
she's dodging phone calls, and now she's hiding like
Now
the
she's
Jehovah's
hiding
Witness
like
is
no
coming
one's-
over.
Yeah. So knock at the door. She doesn't get up. Knock at the door. Sits there.
Baby starts crying.
Third-
I know you're in there. I can hear the
Third
baby.
knock on the door. Still nothing. So she sees the screen door start to move and says, okay, well, she obviously got the message and figures we're not here and she's leaving. No.
You've got to be kidding me.
The door opens because it's unlocked. And she just walks right into the house.
Wow.
At which point my babysitter looks at her and goes, what the hell are you doing?
Right?
And this is her reasoning for why. She goes, you just walk into their house. For all you know, they could have been on the couch doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Is her reasoning for why you don't walk into our house. Not,
Or
it's
it's
not
rude.
your
No, it's
house.
not your house, right.
Yeah, or it's rude, or
technically speaking, right now you're breaking and entering.
So she finally tells my wife a day or two later, it wasn't going to work with her, and I had to call her and tell her that we're not going to. So apparently it was her idea after all this to not babysit. But yeah, but the nice thing is she has been giving us baby clothes periodically. But I think
So I take it she was never reprimanded for walking into your house.
I think she's finally getting the message because she doesn't even knock on the door or anything. She just drops them on the porch in bags.
I just want to know, did your babysitter say thanks to you for putting this lady on her?
Well, we were trying to help her out. We were trying to increase her income.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's because she's only making so much from us. We figure you're already right here. What's it going to take to watch another kid?
Because when you first started the story, I was like, before you got into what it was going to be like with, we offered our babysitter. I'm like, oh man, I already see what's going to happen is your babysitter went there and completely screwed up. And now this person hates you because you're the one that suggested that person.
Or
but
your
it's the complete
babysitter
other way
jumped
around.
ship and now
Something. Wow.
Buddy, yeah. That's what you get for stalking your neighbor's pet.
What about her husband? Have you talked to her husband?
Not about this whole situation.
Like, is he on the same wavelength as her? Like, from which
Probably.
you get?
I
Like,
have
eyes,
to
or
imagine somewhere.
Does he just kind of
possibly.
like the guy who sits in the background and she just does whatever the hell she wants? And
I wouldn't. Let me put it. The little bit of interaction I've had, because the interaction is primarily between the wives. The little bit of interaction I've had, I could see it completely being that situation.
Right.
So basically, when the crazy switch goes on, he goes into the kitchen, grabs a beer,
And just goes, all right.
Here we
10.
go.
Play song pop.
Yeah. Well, she did also try to make plans on the 3rd with my wife after knowing that that's our anniversary. We were both off because it's Labor Day, so both of our jobs were off. And she said she stopped over some clothes, and the wife tried to chat her up. She's like, oh, yeah, well, it's our anniversary, and we're just kind of hanging out, blah, blah. So she says, oh, cool. Maybe you'll want to take the kids down to the park later. Now, keep in mind, the older kid isn't even there.
Right.
He's down at his grandparents'. We've just got the 4-month-old baby, who I'm
Right.
sure is going to have a blast at the
At the
park.
park.
She says, and she's like, oh, well, we'll see. I got to see when he's coming home and what we're doing. And then she texts her later and is like, hey, what, you want to come over for some wine or some coffee? And she texts her back. She's like, no. Pat and I have anniversary plans.
Right.
Wow, what a novel idea. Well, that explains what her marriage is
I
like.
guarantee you this woman is an only child. She was raised as a princess, has one child, and probably her husband's one of two things. He either has so many brothers and sisters that he got lost in the shuffle, or he only had one, but his parents were alcoholics.
I feel bad for the kid, man, because that kid's going to be attached to the nipple for a long time.
Yeah, you
Like,
know it.
Either that or it's going to be a total Menendez thing right up in the acres. man.
Snap one day.
You can only hope for that. Unbelievable.
It's a fair way
I
to
can't
go.
believe she walked into your house.
Yeah,
I can't
just
either.
open the door and walk.
I would have flipped.
Are they from the area? Like, are they from far away? Maybe they don't know many people here that
I can't remember where she said she was from originally.
from an area that it's okay to just
She-
walk into people's houses that
What
you've known
area
for 2
is
weeks.
that?
Mayberry.
What area is that?
Farm country, apparently.
that she's from, or that
Wherever you-
we're in Brooklyn. We're in a little suburb, and it's a co-op. All the houses are very close together, and there's no fences or anything.
Maybe she's just overcome by the sense of community. With
So
the way
apparently
it's set
that
up.
no fence means I walk into your house.
No.
I don't
No.
see a beware of dog sign, so I can come in and just eat food out of your fridge.
I
Right?
would have flipped if I had come home and the babysitter told me that one of my neighbors just walked into my house. Oh,
I would have, though. Like, kind of what Rooster said. Honestly, I think I might have done it that way. Instead of saying anything about it, like a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks after it's kind of forgotten about a little bit, I would have just walked into their house on a random day at a random time Not even just walk in and be like, hey guys, not be mad, not say how do you like it, and then see what their reaction is to that. If they're like, hey, cool, dude, come on in and party, then they got something wrong with them. If they're a little upset, maybe they know they shouldn't walk into houses anymore.
Walk in, make a sandwich, eat
take
it
your
on the
pants
toilet.
off, watch the game.
That's how my neighbors learned the hard way. Quit hanging crap over the fence between our houses. It falls in my yard. It falls in the dumpster next door.
You have an idiot nominee, Pat?
I do, and I don't have. Oops, hold on, my screen's moving around. This is a great grandmother of a 9-month-old baby. Since we're talking about babies here, and the legal guardian of the baby, Frida DeWeese. Now, obviously, there's a couple of us here that have had very small babies, and there's one thing there's 2 things you can guarantee. They're going to drool a lot. Mm-hmm. There's just always drool coming out of the mouth. And if they get their hands on something, it's going into their mouth. Mm-hmm. So Frida apparently didn't notice that the baby was playing with this new toy, which is a super absorbent polymer ball known as the water balls. What? And the key feature behind it is it starts out roughly the size of a marble and is advertised to grow 400 times its original size.
Shut up.
When it gets wet.
So about the size of a softball.
The little girl in this case, I'm sorry, I said 9-month, 8-month-old, proceeded to swallow it. At which point it absorbed moisture inside of her and completely blocked her digestive system so that nothing could get through. Apparently, she had taken to vomiting bile, had a distended belly, and severe painful constipation by the time she went to the operating room. Her x-ray shows that many loops of her digestive tract are far wider than normal.
You think?
That kid's going to gain no weight, dude.
Lucky, they got her into surgery to have it removed before it poked a hole in her gut and caused serious complications. When the surgeons operated, they found it at about 3.5 centimeters intact gel ball that was blocking part of her small intestines. Because they caught it early, she didn't have any complications. This is the first reported case of a complete blockage caused by one of these balls in humans. The company defended itself by basically saying, "Are you a retard? It's designed for older children."
But now that disclaimer is going to be on their packaging.
Do not swallow.
Unbelievable. Is that it? Are you looking
Yeah,
for more?
no, that's good. I'm reading through more, but that's essentially the gist of it.
We're gonna take a short break. When we come back, we still have we have a couple stories to talk about. We have hot rock star daughters to look at. I think we're gonna watch a video of Fox News getting punked because it's pretty hilarious. And then our intern thing that we don't have a name for, and other stuff. You listen to Project X.
User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com.
Here's your Msc Radio Network weather update. Right now in Cleveland, it's 61 degrees, cloudy humidity, 90% wind, southwest 14 miles per hour. Today's high around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, chance of rain 70%. Tonight, cloudy with showers, low around 44 degrees, winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour, chance of rain 50%. Tomorrow, scattered showers in the morning, becoming mostly sunny late, high 64 degrees, winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour, chances of rain 40%. For more information, go to our website, mscradionetwork.com.
If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Energy Supplement due to great consumer demand. Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. By logging on to lovecocaine.com. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to Msc Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectify backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectify backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hey, it's Big Daddy from The Marty Allen Show. Catch the replay of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on MSC. Now, my show airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. and Saturdays at 2 at MartyAllenShow.com. But you can catch the best of The Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Morning Show Central. So if you want all the latest sports news, entertainment news, and everything else that's going on in the world, then tune into my show live at MartyAllenShow.com and the best of the replays right here at MorningShowCentral.com. Get MSC and get cooking, baby.
Whoa, Black Betty, bam, lamb, whoa, Black Betty. Let the word go forth.
Created by the people, for the people. Jousted Out tackles the politics of today, expressing views of all sides.
As our founders pledged, a more perfect union.
Are you ready to joust it out? Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m.
So we Americans must not fear change. Instead, let us welcome it, embrace it, and create it.
On MorningShowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits. A 99.5% uptime guarantee and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Project X Show.
Project X Show.
Driven by porn. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Right here on Morning Show Central Radio Network. Project X Show. Live on morningshowcentral.com.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
You know the fresh out of the shower feeling? Yeah, us neither. Project X.
If you're not already there, get to the website projectxshow.com. Project spelled with a K, not with a C.
Yeah, that whatever my line is, you just threw me backwards if you can.
Because we're awesome retarded.
That was the best one.
She actually sounds awesome retarded when she does it. You have to do your line that way from now on.
Oh, jeez.
Also, if you want to call the show, 888-668-0742, toll free worldwide. The guy does his live reads like that too, by the way. And if he doesn't do the full live read like that, he'll at least end it. You gotta get to Delmonico's, baby!
I guess that's his thing, man. I mean, that's his crutch.
Oh, speaking of crutches.
I'm guessing it's the whole coming from New York sports radio thing.
I guess. You
Possibly.
Gotta be an idiot.
Yeah.
Speaking of crutches, Missy.
Yes.
If you do not stop clicking your damn tongue,
Oh, sorry.
I am going to staple it to the desk.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Man, this sounds like old school OCB days
It
with
was
you.
Sounds like old school OBGYN.
Do you know how hard it was to put together an intro? Because every
this
time.
is my fault now?
Yes, it is. Because every time we got something halfway decent.
Get that stapler out of here.
And that stapler's really good.
Yeah,
it is.
50 sheets total. Let me go through it.
50 Shades? What?
That's what I heard.
Sheets. But yeah, I swear to God, I will staple your tongue to the desk and leave you here for dead.
Oh, man.
If you do not quit clicking your damn tongue every time you open your mouth.
Okay.
Work on that. Or we're going to have Jim come over and give you some private lessons.
He's on Facebook, by the way.
Is he? Of course.
I only know
Jim who?
because I saw him.
Really?
Samansky?
Yeah.
You know he's on Facebook because he left me that creepy
Happy
video.
birthday?
Yeah. I'll show it to you the next
I didn't see it. I saw
He
it on
left me
a
the
I saw it on a
creepiest birthday
different
video.
girl that went to OCB's page.
The twins that sign Happy Birthday?
I just saw him leave a happy birthday on her page.
Oh,
Ashley.
it's creepy. It's so creepy.
That sounded more maniacal. I was like, yeah, I remember her.
My idiot nominee.
Kitchen walls, kitchen walls, kitchen walls.
That's
where she lives now.
I picked for two reasons. I was going through quickly because I got here late because Tuesdays with working and all this stuff now, which I have a question after I do my idiot nominee if anybody has working knowledge of automatic doors.
Yes.
You step in front of them and they open?
No, I'll get there.
Because that's the extent of what I got.
Yeah.
It comes from St. Lucie, Florida, which we talked about, I don't know, a week or two ago, how most of the retarded stories that you see in the news come from Florida, like 90% of them.
Last week.
On top of that, about probably 85% of those come from St. Lucie County, Florida. So I picked it because of that, and also because of the road that it took place on. It took place on Okeechobee Road, which
Good
reminded
old
me
Okeechobee?
of. Yeah, no.
I was looking at that one.
Okeechobee.
That was one of the ones I looked at.
I was actually really hoping that you would pick it because he really didn't peruse very much.
No.
I read it and I was just like,
that would have been ass move.
No.
Dustin Edward Carpenter, 35, was being questioned in a DUI investigation. Smelled of booze, and he told deputies, quote, not taken no sobriety test. He's not taken no sobriety test. He then expands on that thought and says, I done seen it on Mythbusters, is what he's quoted as saying. He was stopped shortly after 11 after his Ford Focus was seen traveling on Okeechobee Road with no headlights on. Carpenter, who's actually from Arbondale, initially said he was coming from Applebee's and he had 1 beer. He slurred, mumbled speech, and had bloodshot eyes. He said he's not taking no sobriety test. I done seen it on the Mythbusters. Goes on to say, well, I think we all know what Mythbusters is, so I don't have to say that. And they did tests about with the blowing and the machine thing that, I don't know, apparently it's not as accurate as they portray it to be or something.
Actually, the article says they didn't do anything.
I swear they did one, though.
They said they perused it and they found a couple that had to do with alcohol, but nothing with blood alcohol testing.
Okay.
Well, no, they did do one episode that was see if you can beat the breathalyzer.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
weren't able to.
Right.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, in the article, they said, well, we found 2 that had to do with alcohol. One was if it makes other people appear more attractive, and they said that was plausible. And I don't...
It's reality.
I can speak
It's
to
not
that.
plausible nothing. That is confirmed.
Oh, and whether it helps you feel warmer.
That was busted.
And they said they busted it.
So Nova, meanwhile, Carpenter said he was absolutely not taking any field sobriety tests. When the deputy asked if he would take a breath test to determine the blood alcohol content, I just had a stroke. He said, "I ain't doing none of that."
That lady that was covering the award show.
Right. Long story short, he ended up being arrested on a DUI charge. So my question is, I'm sure people know I work at numerous stores in and around the area, and one of the stores that I work at is CVS on Chagrin Road and Shaker Boulevard, and they are moving from one side of Chagrin Boulevard completely across the street to the other side of Chagrin in this brand new building. And they're supposed to be like the grand opening September 30th. And I've done openings with new stores before where usually we go in a couple weeks early. We set up the racks. We start putting out, whether it's magazines, books, DVDs, whatever. We load them up with the new things, even though they're not going to sell for a couple weeks, just so it's there and set and we can just go in with the flow and do how we normally do. So I hadn't heard anything about that yet. So I called my boss to see if he heard anything. He hadn't heard anything. And I talked, the manager that I usually talk to at that store wasn't working today, and they said, but the other manager is across the street setting up at the new one. So I said, okay, I'll go over there and ask him what's going on with this. And I go over there and I walk up, and they only have the back doors open, so because there's 2 entrances, front and back. And I walk to the back doors, and there's a guy like from, I don't know, some moving company or there with like a U-boat, and he's about to walk in, but the doors are closed and they don't have the automatic on. He's standing right by him and they're closed, and he kind of stares at me for 3 seconds like he's just standing in my way, like he's guarding me from going in. Okay, weirdo. I'm like, I'm the source rep. I want to get in there to talk to the manager. He says, okay. So the way he opens the door, he doesn't like split them with both hands. He puts his hand on the lock of the one and just kind of pushes it open. So he does that, and then the next set of doors, the automatic part is on. So I walk in and I talk to the manager, and we rap a little, and I'm walking out, and the little part of the lock on the inside of the door, I go to do the same thing to, except instead of the doors opening out the way they should in front of me, panels just start flying open like they're hinged. Okay? Yeah. I'm like, oh, crap.
It's safety.
And already there was this lady from CVS corporate in there who was being kind of a jerk. And I'm like, oh, no. So quickly, I didn't say a word. I just ran out and I slammed the doors as much as I thought they were closed and looked normal, and ran away.
Yeah, they pop right back into place. It's really easy.
So I didn't break anything. Like, it's okay.
It's a safety precaution, essentially, for, say, there was a fire and people bum rush those doors.
Right.
They can't get crushed.
They can't get crushed. The door, you can't be crushed against that door because the hinge is gonna pop, and it's just gonna pop
any kind
open.
of emergency evacuation or power outage.
Right.
Or any Black Friday thing.
Because I'm gonna tell you, man, that because I've already this past week screwed up at work, and it's like it wasn't bad screw ups, but it's been like my bosses now are starting to kind of look at me as like their little go-to guy, and they're kind of a little superstar, because I've noticed that other people, when I cover for them, that they're just absolutely terrible at what we do. And I'm like, am I the only guy in the company that does this well? So like if there's a store that somebody gets fired from or leaves and it's just a complete mess, they send me in then to go make it better, and then that becomes my permanent store. So I've never like had any problems at this job until I get a call last week or I get a text actually from my one boss, and all I see, it was a 2-parter because the way his phone is or whatever, it split it up, and I only saw the second part that said not happy. Oh my God. I'm like, you're not even telling me. So I'm like, oh crap. So immediately I call him, and I'm like, what's up? And he was like, the one Giant Eagle that they pay a lot of attention to because it's a big money making store. I'm supposed to do DVDs on Tuesday, but I'm not supposed to do it. I'm just supposed to oversee one of their people doing it. And I didn't do that. And he's like, it's Thursday and there's no new DVD sales. What the hell's going on? And I'm like, So I'm like, dude, that's all I need. Like we got through that. Like by the end of the phone conversation, like he was laughing and stuff. I think he was a little drunk. He was at a bar. And so I'm like, on top of that, and now I think I just broke a new CVS. Like I'm getting poop canned for sure. This is bad news.
Lindsay does say you handled it the best possible way you could have by simply running away.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna tell you what, I think I'm a pretty tough dude. Like when it comes to perilous situations, fights and danger and stuff like that. And my fight or flight is usually fight. But stuff like that, I'm just getting the hell out because it's something that could be pinned on somebody else. I'm gone.
It was the other 6'3" tattooed guy with shaved head.
Well, there was a bunch of people in that store, working also. Like there are employees from across the street that were supposed to be off were in there. So, and also the delivery guy. Man, I was scared. I'm good. I'm glad that worked out for the best. I did, however, go to, on Saturday, the casino for the first time.
Oh, and what did you think?
I didn't meet any guys at the mac and cheese trough, if that's what you're wondering.
Did you go to the mac and cheese trough?
No, I looked at the buffet. Didn't eat there.
Okay.
Looked at the other stuff, didn't eat there. And my wife and I went, we had this kind of thing set up the past week or so, like where we're trying to proactively go out and do like different things.
Date night.
Yeah, but we always have a date night, like Fridays and Saturdays, or at least every other Saturday and Fridays. But date night consists of let's sit around until we feel like doing something, and then let's go to the Spitfire and hang out there till 5 a.m, which is fine. Like, I love that group and that company of people, but, the past couple weeks, we've had a little bit of kind of issues, and I'm like, all right, well, to try to alleviate some of that and make things better and solid again, let's go out and do
a one-on-one date night.
Sure.
Not one-on-one with a group of people around you.
Right.
Gotcha.
So we're like, Friday was a stay-at-home day. Stay-at-home night. We got alcohol and we stayed in and played the Wii together and watched movies or something. And because we knew we weren't going to have the kid on Saturday and we don't want to blow our load on Friday, so let's do the thing out Saturday. And we're looking and there's nothing to do in the city on Saturday. Like, it was all crap. It was art galleries and a couple stupid concerts and just the same stuff. And by the time we were actually ready to go out and go, like the aquarium and stuff like that had already been closed. So she's like, well, let's go to the casino. We can check that out and then go to the Spitfire till 5 afterward. Because my biggest problem was, I don't know much about the casino. So I'm looking it up, and, I knew that it was 24 hours, but I know it's no smoking. I didn't know what their alcohol was going to be like. I would have to imagine it being in the state of Ohio and the city of Cleveland. They're going to cut you off at 2:30.
I also have to imagine it's going to be really expensive.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
But then, I start finding things out that make me want to go a little bit more. Like parking in their garage is $25.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get the handy little rewards card from the Horseshoe Casino, it's this card that you put into the machines or give to the dealer at the games you play, and it tracks your playing habits. And if you play for 30 minutes, you get to park for free.
Now, is the card free?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What if you play for more than 30 minutes?
You get other
Then
perks.
you have a problem, and you should call that 800 number.
There are other perks. There's free hotel rooms,
Okay,
and
okay.
maybe
Do you still get
percentage
free
off
parking,
food
though?
there, and you still get free parking.
Oh, okay. So you have to play for at least 30 minutes
yeah,
to get
so
the
you can
parking.
play for more. Okay.
It's a promo card. Having worked in casinos, the promo cards, every now and again they'll do the big money booth, and if you're a member of the rewards program, you kind of get first go.
You get
I have a cousin who got to go in
exclusives and
for
stuff like that.
when they did the preview night. She, because she goes out to Vegas quite a bit, already had from that chain of casinos,
right.
had the card. So she had gotten invited. She actually got to go when they did the preview night before the grand opening.
Sure. So there's other perks and stuff like that. I guess we'll take the break. I'll talk about my casino experience a little bit. And it wasn't. I'm gonna preface this with saying, if you're expecting to hear me go off about something, this isn't the segment to listen, because it wasn't a terrible experience. So if that's bad radio because I had a good time for once and just didn't have complete crap for life,
we covered that with neighbors walking into my house.
Right.
Yeah.
So next is going to be the feel-good portion. You're listening to Project X.
Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at reduxdirect.com. That's reduxdirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call Joe the Printer Guy! Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to Msc Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC. And you know what saved them? Rectified backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectified backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Even if you don't think we're funny, we still do. Project X.
Supplement Studio. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
We're back, baby! Yeah, there gets website, projectxshow.com, Project spelled with a K.
Never see.
Backwards with K.
Because we're awesome retarded.
You screwed up.
I didn't screw up. I did it on purpose.
You know she was going to. If you're not there, if you want to, call the show 888-668-0742. Toll free worldwide. We're still working on that fax.
If you're not already there, call the show. Wait, what?
It made sense in my head. Johnny 5.
Yo.
Idiot nominee.
I have to break from my pulling from real life situations.
Right.
Unfortunately. I was reading some news on the interweb today. Rupert Everett, one of the original, well, for our generation, the original gay icons of Hollywood, one of the first actors I can remember coming out.
And came out straight.
Has spoken out in opposition of gay couples raising children.
Whoa.
He is fine with union. He's fine with everything else. But as his mom, he sides with his mother, as she puts it. Kids should only be raised by men and women. You never know what's going to happen any other way.
That's weird.
So he is desperately opposed to gay parenting and alienating an entire community of fans.
As opposed to knowing exactly what's going to happen with a man and a woman.
I was like, has she met straight couples that raise children?
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but that story a couple years ago of the couple that was keeping their kids in a cage, they were in fact straight, correct?
There was one man and one woman involved, correct?
That's weird.
So yeah, Rupert Everett for making that public, which is just stupid.
He also eats at Chick-fil-A. So we go to the casino, my wife and I, on Saturday night, and purposely I did this. Like, I didn't want to go within the first month of it being open. Not even really within the first 2 months of it being, because I think it opened back in May, if I'm wrong. Girl, you were there. Is that right? Sound about right?
Yeah, May. Mm-hmm.
So, it's middle of September now. It's had a good 4 months to kind of cool down.
They brought in William H. Macy, hung out by the entrance.
Sure.
Cooled it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought it would be
it's a damn good movie.
A good time to go. Speaking of damn good movies, I watched Reservoir Dogs again the other day on Netflix. I forgot how much I liked that movie. And Steve Buscemi at the very end. Sneaking out.
Kind of like he broke the door at CVS.
Right. What just happened? I'm out of here. So I expect it to be died down. Now, I had been reading reviews online before we went that were from like early September, late August, that where people were still saying, it's crowded on the weekends still. Well, I'm like, these are the same idiots that are complaining about music being too loud in a restaurant. Like, whatever, dude. And as we're driving downtown and we get into the middle of downtown, I'm driving down East 9th, and I remember, like I said, within the first month or so of the casino being open, you couldn't move downtown. Like there was people walking everywhere. There were cars everywhere. This was a normal pre-casino downtown night to me. There was a ball game going on, I think.
That nobody was at.
Yeah, nobody cares about anymore.
So there was a couple people walking out of there at what seemed would be around maybe the 5th inning or so. And, just people like, the douchebag areas over by West 6th and stuff, milling around, going to other bars. It's normal kind of stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's not going to be so bad. So we go into the parking garage, which, by the way, is the nicest parking garage that I've seen, not just in this city, probably anywhere. Like this thing, even just like the front of it, because it's the, girl, I don't know if you can help me with this. There's like some name, it's like the Alliance Auto Group Center or something.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And it's like all like nice gold lettering, like looks real fancy and new and up to date.
I haven't parked in the parking garage.
It's nice. It's heated, first of all.
Okay.
See, I was pissed about that parking garage. Because we went down, when we took the kid down for a Gladiators game.
Right.
It's like youth football night, so we'd gotten tickets fairly cheap, and we got to go down on the field at halftime and everything. I was down there, I was like, oh no, I know Willard Park. I know, it's right across the street. It's only like $10 at most normally. So I turn the corner and I see a sign, casino parking, $35. And I was like, whoa, the casino stole my garage.
And there's like the casino gift shop is on the ground floor of that parking garage, and the elevators are really nice. The whole inside is real nice. It's a really nice parking garage. So I'm like, this is looking up. As long as I can play for 30 minutes, it's cool. So
how long will $50 get me?
We have penny slots.
I was like, on the nickel slots.
Right. So we get up to the front, and the front of the casino, the front doors that you walk in, it looks real nice. And also I noticed on the walk, the 500-foot walk from the parking garage to the casino, when they said that the police presence was going to be heightened, not with the casino, just to make sure there was no people around that they didn't want hanging around or bad stuff going on. They weren't kidding, dude. There was like a cop on every corner, which was cool. I don't know how long it's going to last.
I was saying, now a year and a half, 2 years down the road.
Right.
It'll still be heavy.
And that's what
that heavy, but it's still going to be probably the safest damn place in the city.
And that's what I said to my wife, because she said the same thing. How long is that going to last? And I thought about it for a second. I'm like, pretty long time, dude. Because the first time something bad happens at that casino,
yeah.
Do you know how many people are going to stop going there and what it's going to to do to the city? Like they're going to make
pay.
sure.
The casino will pay the extra money for the cops to be
I'm pretty sure Gilbert has no problem. I actually know one of my
He's
neighbors.
got to pay for something in the city.
One of my neighbors' dad is a cop, and he works in a small. He went between 3 jobs one night, and it started there, and he went and did security for something else, and then he went over and he does security outside the casino.
Mm-hmm.
And they said he made more at the casino for the 6 or 8 hours that he worked
Than he did
there.
at the other 2 combined.
Exactly.
I believe
Than
it.
the other 2 combined paid him.
And I gotta say, they're very diligent. Now, the first and probably really the only bad experience that I had was, since you can't smoke in it.
Yeah,
and I hate that, dude, because when I'm in a casino, I have my pack of cigarettes and my ashtray on one side and my beer on the other side, and I just sit there and I drink whatever game I'm at.
Well, and that's my mother-in-law's a huge gambler,
Right.
loves to go down, and she'll go down to the Mountaineer, down in West Virginia, and we're like, wow, there's one real close. You come up, visit us, and we can go over to the casino, and she's like, I have no interest in going there.
Right.
She's like, I can't smoke there. And even my father-in-law, the same thing, because I was talking to him about the poker tournaments that they're starting out.
Mm-hmm.
And, I figured, there's poker tournaments right up. Granted, it's pretty expensive to get in. The
Right.
buy-ins are pretty high, but I was like, yeah, the poker tournament. He's like, yeah, I just, I don't know how far I have to go. Like, how long am I going to be gone from the table if I decide I need a cigarette?
Exactly.
Well, the reason West Virginia can get away with it is because their anti-smoking law is actually pretty cool. It says if any public building, if 50% or more of your sales come from a vice, alcohol,
Right.
tobacco, gambling, whatever, you can still have a smoking area
That's
set
pretty
aside.
sweet.
So, like the casino I worked at, there were two out of 5 rooms were smoker only.
Well, that's because they make the damn cigarettes there. I mean,
well, I'm going to tell you, like, and it wasn't like
there are no cigarette companies in West Virginia.
It wasn't.
So you know.
Okay.
It wasn't a huge issue because we'd only stayed for 2-3 hours, whatever. So it's not like I was fiending. Initially, when I first sat down, I kind of was, but then I went away because I started gambling again at a casino for the first time in a while. Yeah. And I did have a pretty bad gambling problem for a while. Like a really, really bad gambling problem.
Wow.
So,
Wait. You have a vice?
Yeah, can you believe it?
No.
So that started to come back, so I wasn't even worried about cigarettes at that point. But the bad thing was they have designated smoking areas outside of the casino. And it's a little roped off area that's literally like as wide as this from the front of the desk to the wall. And like maybe as long as this. And people are just in there like huddled up and like shoulder to shoulder.
Electronic cigarettes,
and I'm like,
dude.
that's not cool, man.
It's like
electronic cigarettes.
It's like the airport smoking areas where it's like a glassed-in room.
Right.
It's just a cloud of smoke when you walk by
It's
it.
2.5 miles from whatever gate you have
Sure.
to be at.
So I'm sure if I had smoked that night, I might have been a little annoyed, but I didn't. And they were, like I said, very diligent. Not even the cops, but just the security guards that they have there, because they had like 2 or 3 guys standing outside for crowd control in front of the door. As soon as we walked out, we lit a cigarette. And the one guy, like within the half a second it takes to light a cigarette, was already making his way toward us to get us on the other side of the rope until the other guy's like, no, they're moving along. It's cool. So whatever. We go in and it's small, because if you've ever been in the building before it was that, it's not a large building for a casino at least. So it's kind of weird how it's set up. Like I'm used to there being some sort of structure in casinos that I've been to in the past. There's really no structure here. It's just slots and video poker everywhere, anywhere you go, and then with like a couple of tables here and a couple of tables there. And the thing was, like, I didn't plan on getting 2 table games that night because which isn't a big deal really, but it's a $25 minimum buy-in at all the table games on the weekend. It's like $15, I think, in off hours, which, whatever, if you're doing $5 bets and stuff, you need more than that. But B, they're so crowded that you can't, it takes forever. You got to stand there for half an hour before you can even get a seat at one of these tables. So we get beers, and we're walking to $5 beers. Not the worst I've had downtown, but
I would say for downtown, that's about on average.
But it's still a $5 12-ounce beer. When I plan on giving you money. I mean, because other casinos, there's complimentary drinks and stuff like that. Not you don't drink for free all night, but you get some. But this is the first time I've ever messed around with this little card thing, which is really cool. You put the card in whatever video poker or whatever machine you're at, and the screen comes up and it shows you how long you've been playing and what tier you are, and you order a drink. I didn't have to leave where I was sitting to get a drink. I hit a little button on this video screen, brought up all my options for alcohol, hit that button. Within 5 minutes, there's a waitress coming, giving me a drink. I'm like, awesome.
Oh, well, that's good. I heard the first couple weeks there were people who never got their drinks.
Yeah, I saw a couple of those, and but the times I had done it, I got them all in a timely manner. The only time I didn't was my last one, when we were sitting. And we were gonna leave because I think it's midnight when they close alcohol off during the week, but then weekends they do till 2:30. And I'm like, I'm not missing the bar because obviously I'm not getting drunk here at $5 beers, maybe a little buzz, but we're gonna go to the bar. And so my wife was almost done with her beer. I had ordered another beer, and she had lost money. And her beer was almost gone. She's like, oh, I'm ready to go. I'm like, oh, but I got this beer coming. She's like, just stop playing. Because at one point, I think I put $20 in a machine, and I ended up being up 60. I was around maybe $80-$90 somewhere around there on this video poker machine.
Which is Spitfire money.
Sure.
Right.
And so
it's actually a lot of Spitfire
I was
money.
thinking the same thing, that
right.
you can get really,
It's
that's a really good time.
It's a week's worth of Spitfire drinking.
That's buying a round for everyone there.
Yeah.
But you have to take
Twice.
But you have to take it in quarters, which, you have to give them extra at the bar if you're going to pay in quarters, dude.
So the last time, this is my last beer, the lady, because I'm like, well, I'll just play until I get my beer and I'll finish my beer and hopefully still have a little left over, at least the 20. And because I wasn't even, I was playing Jacks or better. I wasn't playing one of the stupid, Deuces Wild, Joker Wild, anything like that. And I was just catching really good hands, man. I had 2 or 3 different 4 of a kinds. I was catching, and so I'm and I ended up really up. Expecting the lady, the other 4 or 5 times that came with my beer quickly within 5 minutes, she'll come here with my beer. I drank the first or second beer that we had gotten. We got them together because we were on par with each other at that point. And I drink and I'm done. And she sees me ordering another beer on my machine. She's like, "What? Did you spill it?" It's because she shows me her beer and not even the neck's gone yet. And she's not a slow drinker by any means. Like, she's probably average, you know? And I'm just like, no, dude, it's gone. I'm like, this is what it was like when I used to come to casinos. Like, I would drink really fast, I would smoke really fast, and I would just play.
I call that the Dave and Buster syndrome.
Right? So the lady takes a little bit longer to come with my beer. So Jen's like, just cut off, just stop. I'm like, no, dude, I don't even have my beer. I can't stop until I have my beer and then finish. I'll just keep going. So it's like 5-10 minutes. And now, like, I'm down. I'm down to like around my 20, and I get my beer and the beer's gone, and I'm like, there's like maybe $20, the original 20 left that I put in there, and she's like, all right, come on, just cash out. And because when you cash out, you get the tickets to either take to the window or to the machine. They have machines too that you can put the ticket in and get the money. Well, also the machines now, I was really pissed because like we played a couple slots for a couple seconds. There wasn't a Munster slot. I was really angry about that because they're all really, really new slots. And so like, say you cash out of one machine with like $2 on your ticket, you could put that ticket into another machine and play that.
And give you the...
So, you know, past machines that we had done, she was cashing out with stupid stuff like 75 cents just to get like an extra spin on another machine or whatever and put it in. And she's like, come on, just cash out with what you... And I'm like, well, no, see, what I didn't tell you was when I put this 20 in, I expected it to be gone anyway. I'm like, I just got to play the 20 down. Just let me play the 20 down. So, like, she's like, no, come on, let's go. Like, she starts standing up, and I'm like, all right, I'm coming. She's like, no, seriously. I'm like, okay. So as I'm sitting there, I'm like trying to grab my jacket. I'm like still pressing the buttons and playing. And finally, it got to the point, like, my beer's gone, and now I have no excuse. And she's like, I got to go to the bathroom. I'm just going to get... And I'm like, oh, I don't want you walking through in this crowded-ass place, because it was really, really crowded still on the inside. I'll go with you, fine. Like, that was it. So I cashed out with like $13.25.
So in other words, you need to call that number on your card.
As long as you keep me away from the casino.
See, you're lucky, man. Where I worked, it was anything under a $5 slot paid you in coin.
Oh yeah, that would
when
suck.
You cashed out.
That would suck.
That really sucked, especially like on New Year's Eve where you're packed. And, you know, you're an unarmed security guard trying to chase down the guy that just swiped some old lady's bucket of $1 tokens.
I do remember those.
$1 coins. That sucked, man.
But I got like, and I didn't lose that much. Like I probably only lost like maybe $50 at night tops. Me, I don't know how much she lost. I don't think it would have been more. But then, you know, so we're walking out and we're leaving. And again, like it's all very nice. We looked at the restaurant. We saw the bars. Which I don't get the bars. The bars are listed on their website. They have names. Like one is like, whatever. They have names that sound nice. So I'm like, oh, so it's not just going to be a bar in the middle of the casino like at other casinos. It's going to be like an actual place that you can walk into and kind of sit and whatever. I didn't see that. I just saw like a bar, like in a regular casino, and like one of them was kind of gated off a little bit where you could walk in, and there were some tables and stuff in there that way.
Did they have the themed rooms also around the bar?
No.
Okay.
No.
See, so it's not quite as kitschy as where I used to work.
No, which is I'm okay with. Like again, it was all really nice. It was, you know, despite the fact that it being packed and whatever, it was cool. And then we're walking and we leave and we're walking back across to the parking garage, and I'm just kind of beholding how nice this parking garage looks. I'm like, man. I'm like walking around. I'm like, it doesn't even really feel like we're in Cleveland right now, because like just that little corner was so well lit and so bright and so new and nice looking and whatever else. It was good. The parking wasn't a hassle.
Let me ask you this, because here's the question I had. I'm sure I know the answer. You said they track the half an hour through your card.
Right.
Is it between the first time you use it and the last time a half an hour has to have passed, or you have to play for 30 minutes straight?
That's what I was worried about. And from what I was able to tell, it's just half hour for everything that you're there, not a half hour straight at one machine or at one table.
Well, no, I didn't mean at one table, but I mean like you have to be playing for half an hour, or could I walk in, throw it in a nickel slot, play, wander around the place for 29 minutes, stick it in another machine, play, and then leave?
Yeah, no, it tracks how much time you actually spend at the machines
so it's
or
a
at the
half
tables.
Hour of gambling.
Of playing. Which, you know, depending on you could easily play a penny slot and go slow.
Because I was like, man, that's a deal for like an Indians game, or you know.
Sure. And like I think about it, and I'm trying to find the racket, because it's a casino, so I already don't trust it that much, and they don't just give things away for free, you know. So there's got to be some kind of racket here. But, you know, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, I'm going to go to the casino. And granted, mind you, most casinos have free parking anyway. Mm-hmm. Okay. But it's like, I'm gonna go play for at least a half hour anyway. I'm not going to go to the casino and play for any less than a half an hour. So I already know I'm going to be throwing them the money for half an hour.
And that's why they can get away with the free
Give
parking.
me the free parking. Exactly. Give me the free
Because
parking.
The
they're
average person is going to spend $90.
Yeah, they're not making their money on parking.
However,
they're making it on $5 beers.
Spending the $90 on top of that $25 for the parking would kind of be a douchey thing to do. So even though they're not offering the free parking, this thing's kind of a thing. And it's worth it. Like, you go up and you give your address and they print out your little card and then whatever.
That parking's probably the city's money or something.
Nope.
No, that's the casino's money.
Yeah, it's a private structure.
No, yeah, because it used
They
to
built
be
that,
like
yeah.
Gateway North or something, and then it's gone, and there's this now instead.
I'm gonna tell you what though, Rooster's girlfriend. I don't know if she still works there or not. That Tilted Kilt joint. She still work there.
Yeah.
I saw when this place first opened up. Like, everybody that I knew for some reason was blowing up about this place on Facebook. I was like, it's a bar where the servers wear kilts.
Yeah, they had.
Now
Awesome.
here's the thing, and I hear stories about how this place is run all the time, and I literally just want to go in because I work for a restaurant that does primarily breakfast. All right. It is
You just
sad.
narrowed it down, but
It is sad.
And it's world known for its breakfast.
Internationally, if you will.
Yeah, it rhymes with I flop.
In fact, it is an international home,
if you will,
very specific
Of
type
flapjacks.
But the way the management handles the store alone is sad, if you will. I mean, we do more for our customers than they do for
At
theirs.
the global domicile of flapjacks.
Exactly.
All right.
But here's where they really screw up: is that 90% of the girls that they hire are literally brain dead. They're
about right.
nothing more than something to look at, and
Well,
I
I would say
actually
from having never been in there, but having looked at the way it's advertised,
Right.
the best part is I went in and I was like,
It's
and I knew
Hooters and kilts.
I knew my girlfriend was working, so I asked to be sat in her section, and I'm looking at the seating roster at her name, and the hostess goes, and I'm like, that one right there, and she's like, and looks in the opposite direction. I'm like, honey, that's a window. Nobody's outside.
Just give me a menu. I'll
jeez.
seat myself. Thanks.
Yeah.
But they like
Here,
'cause-
give me your little dry erase marker. I'll mark off the table that I'm going to sit.
The food is really, really good.
What I
Oh,
can,
is it? Okay.
What I
Yes.
can tell from Facebook, from when that place opened up either around the same time or maybe a little after the casino had opened. And I'm looking because I never knew where it was at. All I saw was a girl in a kilt, and hey, we're the Tilted Kilt. But the casino, right on the corner of Prospect and Ontario, right across Ontario, on that next corner is where Tilted Kilt is. I was like, damn, how much did they have to pay out to get that kind of
Get
location?
that spot at that time period.
Right, because it's not like they had been, like if it was Harry Buffalo was in that area and Harry Buffalo had been there forever, and they're like, ka-ching, we just scored. This was a new place coming in as the casino was coming in. As nice as the garage looked, though, I was a little afraid, because wasn't that the one that collapsed mid-build? Or was it
I
the one
don't
across
know
the street where
which
Tilted
one.
Kilt is?
I thought it was across the street. I don't think it was that one.
Either way, it scared me. What do we have here? Do we have 2 minutes? We have 2 minutes. Do me a
Yeah.
favor. Go to your the one link that I gave you.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, the Facebook YouTube link.
Just that one link that he's ever given you. Go to that one.
Which one am I looking for?
The YouTube, the Fox and Friends one.
This?
Yeah, Chris, if you could flip us. There was a video. Now, I've said in the past that I am a registered Republican voter. However, I lean more towards being a moderate Republican, I think is fair to say. So you would think, oh, I'm a Republican, so I love Fox News. I think Fox News, 92% of their programming is retarded. And this one, the Fox and Friends one, mostly is the worst thing I've ever seen. I think we did a story once where somebody punked them before, maybe. But this is the newest one of this. I don't know who this lady is. Ann Coulter? I don't know. Is that a lady? A political
She looks
lady?
like a blow-up doll
That's
in that
not
picture.
Ann Coulter, but
The lady that I hate that
like
does the
the
show that
host
made the
of the
lady kill
show,
herself.
yeah.
Okay, so this is a guy. They're doing
No.
a story about how youths now who voted for Barack Obama back in 2008 are now disenfranchised and disenchanted with him, kind of, because they went to college, and now 4 years later they're coming home from college. They have to move back in with their parents, which would kind of piss you off because there's no jobs, and maybe Barack Obama should be responsible for creating these jobs. So they're a little disenchanted with him. So they had the idea that they were going to interview one of these youths just to find, because it's Fox News, so they just want to get all the Obama bashing done that they can do. And it went the other way. Let's watch.
Ryan, the unemployment rate for that age group, the young people, is double that of the national average, leaving many voters under the age of 24 living at
Cat
home with
move.
mom and dad. So will that swing former Obama supporters, the young people, to the Romney-Ryan ticket? Joining me now is recent college grad Max Rice. He voted for President Obama. Now he's unemployed and just moved out of his parents' home. Good morning to you, Max.
Hello from the
Hello,
TKE.
Miss USA. It's an honor.
Miss America.
I wish I could see you.
But close enough.
Miss America. This universe in my book.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. Now, tell me your story. You believed in the hope and change of President Obama, and so you voted for him. And tell me about the next 3.5 years.
I was a huge Obama supporter in 2008. I met him in 3rd grade. Met him when I was little.
Okay. Why now are you supporting Mitt Romney?
What's your question?
Why now are you supporting Mitt Romney?
Why am I supporting Mitt Romney? It's actually a funny story. I lost a basketball game to a friend of mine, Alex Dern, who's a huge supporter of this show.
Okay, so it sounds like you're not being very serious.
But I'm also disappointed in the direction that Obama's taking this nation. But yeah, I will be casting my ballot for Mitt Romney.
Okay. True that you had to go back and live with your parents after you graduated from college?
Oh, what? How does it buffer on a 2-minute video?
It's not buffering. The whole thing's locked up right now.
Oh. Well, that's good viewing and listening.
Wow. Internet radio.
Yeah, because if it was buffering, I could move the mouse and get the details.
And you
pop
can't
up.
get that.
No.
Well.
Yeah, I wish we had the script right now. We could just do it.
The whole thing froze.
Oh, awesome. Well, how about this? We're going to take a break. And maybe it'll unfreeze so we can watch the riveting last third of this video. I think you have the idea already, but it's kind of pissing me off. I need the finish.
That's what she said.
It's Projekt X.
User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com. Call the show toll-free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com. Peak 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectify backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectify backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com.
We now return to the show that's better than 2 hours with a hooker. Well, better priced at least. Projekt X.
Supplement Studio. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com.
Okay, so I was wrong. It's not the last third, it's the last half.
I'm guessing. This isn't where it was. It was back at the beginning, and I jumped ahead a little bit.
I got you. Before that, though, If you're not there, get to the website, projectxshow.com. Project spelled with a K.
Now with a C.
Backwards if you can.
Because we're awesome retarded.
Also, if you want to call 888-668-0742, toll-free worldwide, we still have, I don't know, Black Wisdom coming up in a little bit. I don't know what the hell we're going to call it.
Encyclopedia Blacktanica?
That one's a little bit of a stretch.
Blactionary.
Blactionary. That might be a good one. I think I like that one. However, before that, if you can't sit in front of your computer for 2 hours, you can listen on your smartphone. There's an app called TuneIn Radio. Works on all smartphones.
I listened
Download it.
for all like 30 seconds last week on it.
Oh, thanks. Glad you support the show. Download TuneIn Radio. Search Msc Radio Network on Tuesday night. Between 7 and 9, you'll hear us live. And if you missed any part of the show, there's another app that works on all smartphones called Stitcher. You can hear the previous week's podcast by searching Project X Show.
Pat listened to another 30 seconds on that.
No.
Yeah. And now, the riveting conclusion of this guy punking Fox News.
I actually feel like I found something else on Fox News right now. No, I kind of feel like it should be a
Quick side note.
Quick side note. I feel like it should be a write-in nominee for Idiot of the Week.
Okay.
Apparently, there's been a lot of protests, obviously, over in the Middle East lately, dealing with the United States.
This isn't the Newsweek cover, is it?
No.
Okay.
There was a Pakistani protester who reportedly died from inhaling fumes.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
From the burning American flag.
And you know what popped into my head immediately? Immediate conspiracy theorist that I am, popped into my head. I'm like, oh my God. American flag manufacturers, if that is in fact still done in America.
No, I feel
Legally,
like
it
most
has
of
to
it's
be.
in China.
They put like cyanide or some kind of secret gas in there. But I'm like, no, because then if something like this did happen and people died, then they would go back and test the flag. But I was like,
Not
no.
to mention, there's been a lot of them burned before.
Well, sure, maybe just now they started
It's
doing
not just
it.
that. You know from being in the military, the proper disposal is burning.
Is it? Of course. But, who knows? And then, okay, well, if the whole flag doesn't burn, then they can test it. But I'm like, no, they just make it a small little spot. So when that spot burns up, it releases the gas. And that would be awesome. We would not have to be at war right now. Because they all do that. I think it's like a daily ritual, is burning the American flag. They would all kill themselves. So now, the riveting conclusion of this guy punking Fox News.
Game to a friend of mine.
Is that actually
Alex
pretty
Stern
dead
is a
on?
huge
Close.
supporter of the show.
Okay, so it sounds like you're not being very
But
serious.
I'm also disappointed in the direction that Obama's taking this nation. But
In
yeah, I
what
will
way?
be casting my ballot for Mitt Romney.
Okay.
He's so
True
proud
that
of
you
himself.
had to go back and live with your parents after you graduated from college?
Oh yeah, after I went to college for a bit, I had to go back and live with my parents this summer. I'm back on my own. Independent, I'm on national TV. I feel like I'm doing good.
Okay, well, are you being serious about this interview or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well-
can't see your face right now. This is so weird.
Well, actually, we're going to wrap this up now because I'm not so sure that you're actually
we
being
are?
totally serious about...
I am. Wait. Why not?
Yeah, I'm not
Gretchen,
sure that
you hear me?
sure that you're ready for prime time yet with this interview.
I'm not ready for prime time. Wait, I've been.
We're going to give Max another chance, maybe when he's ready to do the interview. In the meantime, coming up on Fox and Friends, gas prices up 16.
Man, he really should have taken that as long as he could.
He did.
He tried. That's why
I
he started
know.
to say that he doesn't like the direction that is taking it in.
Had he not smoked those 3 joints before
Yeah.
the interview, he could have.
He blew his load in the beginning. He should have been a little more serious in the beginning.
Almost 1.2 million views on that video, by the way.
Well, people hate Fox News.
It's hard though. It's got to be hard, because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, they're not screening these people, but as a show producer who's screening these people before interviews to see who they want to come on, the dude sat there and totally sounded like a Harvard-educated guy and had all these good points to throw out and make, and they're like, oh my god, yeah,
sober.
Right, and then,
right.
And then he just had other plans. I remember when I was in high school, when we had graduated, our valedictorian, who I had known since 5th grade, and the kid was always book smart, not street smart, but he was always an on the level kid. Never made any waves, never made any trouble. Always just kept his nose in the book. Was a little nerdy, but wasn't a bad guy. He was just really quiet, never made any trouble, and he was what Wally would be on Leave It to Beaver, just really smart. And they had to, for graduation speeches, the people that were going to do them, they read the speech that they had written in front of a group of teachers, like 3 or 4 teachers. And because for some reason, I got picked to do this out of my speech class. There was like 6 of us, and we all read the speech that we had written. And then they picked like 3 of those to then go do the speech at graduation. The thing was, this kid Chris, who's the valedictorian, did a completely different speech on graduation day. That was just a speech like making fun of the teachers and bashing them and like all this. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Because at that point, he's like, man, I've been good for 13 years. I don't have to be good anymore. So we're going to do this. And that was pretty awesome.
I already got the recommendations for college. I don't need them anymore.
Right? Girl.
Yes.
Before we move any further.
Yes.
You have an idiot nominee.
I do.
Okay.
Mine is out of Florida as well. Doesn't say where, just out of Florida. Yesterday, police in Florida busted a 32-year-old prostitute who was bringing guys to her house for sex. When they arrested her, she told them she was doing it because she was, quote, addicted to money. To make matters worse, her infant was home when an undercover cop went to her house. What she was doing is she was bringing the guys into her house. The baby was there. Her boyfriend was there. So he could bring the baby out of the house so the baby wouldn't see her having sex with men.
Well, they're working together.
Yeah.
It's good to have that support system in place.
Yeah, so she literally told the cop, she was like, no, don't worry. He takes the baby out of the house
Right, it's totally
when he
fine.
does this. It's totally fine. I'm just addicted to money. She was charging $200. I don't know what the going rate is for a normal prostitute these days. I thought that was a little high.
It depends on the area she lives in. It depends on the amount of competition around. It depends how she looks.
Bradenton, Florida, and
Bradenton.
and she does not look like she's worth $200.
Well, Bradenton's a pretty nice area, though. You need to understand.
Okay. All right. Just
I'm glad she agrees with herself.
Just saying.
What just happened?
I think Pat has an update on our summer movie.
I did pull. We're actually officially done with, I believe it's tomorrow being the end of the summer. And also they cut it off.
We only ran through the 17th.
A couple of weeks. I would say they cut it off a couple weeks ago. So we'll start, now that it's the final standings, in 5th place, Otter.
This is from first to last, right?
In 5th place, Otter with $1,196,213,504. In 4th, Fat Girl Entertainment with $1,196,903,313. So there you go. You were only 700,000 behind.
My poor
Girl.
studio name. I blame it on the studio name, really. I was confused going into the damn thing.
Number 3, Rooster Candy Studios with $1,257,195,529. Number 2, Laser Eyes from Johnny 5 with $1,257,950,223. And first is my studio.
Couch Potato Studios
with $1,338,192,007.
Now let's make this perfectly clear, though. We all knew going into this that this was going to be a race for second.
Yeah, basically.
So I'm counting this as a win for me.
I was going to say, J5, you won, basically.
I'm going to have to say that it's not so much that I lost.
Here we go.
It's that everybody else won.
It's not so much that I lost that bothers me. It's that Girl was one of the ones that beat me. If I was in 4th place, I would have been completely fine with that.
If I'm not, I will hold to this till the day I die. If we would have been able to replace Bellamy after they say, "Oh no, it's limited release only," if we would have been allowed to replace that, you would have squarely been in 4th, and I may have possibly been able to make a run at Pat.
I'm going to tell you something. I really think there should be an asterisk next to our studios, my improperly named studio and Laser Eyes. For that reason, because that's not fair.
Let's rewind time and start over again.
It's not fair that you didn't do research.
You didn't even know that it was a limited release. And you're the guy.
I didn't pick it either. If I was going to pick it, when I discovered it was when I went back and did research because I had to substitute.
Is there a winter movie league?
I'm going to guess no.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
All right, well, let's play fantasy football, assholes. 1. First of all, and again, I'm going to say there should be 2 asterisks next to my improperly named studio because, again, I didn't even know how to name my studio. How did you expect me to make any money?
Next year, Otter gets the studio named Corky.
No,
That's your punishment. You lost. Shut up.
I know how
Next
it works now, so
year.
it'll be Corky Studios.
And that'll be your handicap.
See, this will be homework for you, Pat. See if you can find another competition. Because I'm not happy with this. Again, if it were fourth place, I would have been fine, but it's not fourth place.
It's the fact that you lost a girl.
It's the fact that I lost a girl, and it was so close too. Not even by $1 million, $200,000, I think it was. Maybe.
You want to bring back Quiz Wars?
Yes, between me and girl. Topic: relationships.
Wait, what? How do I get wrapped up in this?
Because you beat me.
I didn't mean to.
Well, you did, and that's not sitting right.
You're taking it personally.
Yes,
he didn't pay you enough to beat him.
Right.
It's
You should never beat me
$200
at
at
anything.
least.
Ever beat me at anything. Unless it's picking up people at mac and cheese troughs.
Or menstruating.
Or menstruating.
Or menstruating in a mac and cheese trough.
That's not ketchup.
And,
oh, God.
I will also say in the overall...
Is that the Blue Box Blues?
Oh.
Hey, they serve tuna mac here.
Oh, my God.
They do give the overall... for the studio budget of all 483 studios.
Okay.
I finished 89th overall.
Wow, good for you.
Shut up.
So I probably finished in the 400s.
Trying to see what was J5's total? What did we say?
I don't know.
257. So the last one, the number 100 was 1,330,000,000.
That's crap.
Bellamy, dude. I'm telling you, Bellamy screwed us.
Before we do anything else, so we don't run out of time for it, let's do Black Education. What'd you say it was? Blactionary. Let's do Blactionary. Let's bring in Mr. Tibbs. Johnny 5 this week has the question for him of something in the black community that we don't quite understand.
Is he going to sit by me?
He's gonna
have to.
No, he's gonna sit on my lap.
Nice.
Not if he has a choice.
Yeah, I just met you. I don't know you that well yet.
So it's
That's actually not bad.
Blactionary
He doesn't have headset on though, so he can't hear it.
with our intern, Mr. Tibbs.
So I could fix that.
Hold on. Just so you can hear the bed.
Do you want to switch?
This is our first time officially doing this, so there are growing pains. Bear with us.
I feel like I'm in front of a jury.
You're not dressed well enough to be in front of a jury.
You're not either.
I don't have to be. I'd be on the jury.
You be the judge.
I'm like, I've served on juries. This is how I dress.
All right. I really desperately need to know this. Why is it that every black man I meet thinks Mike Epps is funny?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Same reason why every white man I meet think Dane Cook is funny.
But we don't.
No, we don't. The problem is you're in a room full of guys that don't think he's very funny.
Mike Epps actually is funny to me, though. So
Okay, but why?
Because he's like his comedy is like not planned. It's like off the head. Like, you know, he like freestyle his comedy, and he talks about our community, so our stuff that we go through. So
Don't
you
they
probably
all?
wouldn't think it is funny.
I never understood why he keeps getting acting jobs.
Because
After
of
the
his comedy.
honeymooners?
Yeah.
Does this go? Oh, I guess I'm not on.
Perfect. Do not change a thing.
This is the best show ever.
I got a question. Yeah, I don't understand about white guys.
Okay.
Okay.
These are always fun too.
Why don't y'all give a shit about y'all shoes, man? Yeah. Every white guy I know got dirty, beat up shoes.
Why do you guys care so much about your
All right, here
I want to know.
Here we go. I'll just take this one. Screw it. Because I use them to walk.
Apparently too much. You don't put a rag to them or something. Like they're leaning to the side and everything. Like,
If I
most white people rich, man, buy some new shoes, man.
If I happen to meet
Again, you're in the wrong room.
Bill Gates is like the richest dude ever, and he wears like the most beat up shoes ever. I just never understood. Like,
It's because I don't think he actually puts his own shoes on.
Well, because here's the thing with us. We don't see shoes as a fashion accessory.
Oh, well,
we
I
see
do.
shoes as something to keep our feet warm and not nasty from walking
yeah,
on the
but
ground.
when you wear them till there's holes in them, they're not keeping your feet warm no more.
Because they're comfy.
Yeah, when you get the hole, you get a new pair of shoes.
When the
From the shoe-
apparently
from the
not.
shoe
When the
fairy.
soles comes off, then they're not.
Like,
comfy
I'll tell you
anymore.
what, like the pair of shoes that I'm wearing now, I'm just wearing a regular old pair of Chucks right now. I don't care. I don't need to go out and spend $50 on a new pair of Chucks until there are holes in this one because I use them for my everyday living. However, I have shoes like my Batman Chucks or my Doc Marten boots that I don't want to get all beat up, so I don't wear them every day or wear them to certain places. And I want them to look nice, and they still stay nice to an extent. However, because my shoes serve different purposes. I have my everyday shoes. I have going out shoes. I know when I was talking about my buddy Black Daryl, even though he was the whitest black dude that I had ever met, even that he was the one. His closet was filled with shoes.
Right.
Okay, like Imelda Marcos. That's the right name, right? I just pulled that out of my ass.
Imelda Marcos.
Marcos. And then also he was into, and this is what I don't understand, the shoe painting. Dude would get a brand new, perfectly good pair of shoes, nice and white or whatever color, shiny, brand new out of the box, and then he always had to paint them up.
Oh no!
He always had to put little designs and stuff. What is that?
That's bullshit.
And why do you care about this? Like I ended up like when
I paid too much money for my shoes to paint on.
When I saw that he started doing this, like I was so confused. I went home and I Googled it one day, and it's not just him. There are so many black dudes out there, and they get really intricate with how they're painting, and some of the paintings look really cool. But then I'm thinking, dude, you're gonna be trudging that painting through dog shit in like 2 days, 2, 3, 4.
I would say if we're counting him, then we're at like 6.
Yeah, I think that was like a fad, and he just didn't want to let it go. You know, like
Perhaps.
now, you like grow out of painting shoes, man. I'm 31, man. I don't walk around with painted shoes.
But like, what's the thing? Like, don't you wear jewelry? Like, I know the dudes, they like the bling. They like the bling as their fashion
if I can
accessory.
afford it, man, I ain't about to wear jewelry.
So the reason your shoes are so important as a fashion accessory is because you can't afford bling.
No.
So shoes are the
Totally
poor man's
off me.
bling, is what you're saying.
The shoes are separate.
Yes.
Yes.
Shoes is a necessity. I don't necessarily need a chain or or as you say, bling.
I would say Mr. T.
I don't
disagrees.
necessarily need bling, but I need the nice pair of shoes because really the first thing a woman look at is your shoes.
Okay, well this is now
what?
Yes.
No,
And I don't know. In white man world, I don't know what they look at, but in my world, they look at shoes first, then your face.
Well, they're not afraid to look us in the eye, so that might explain that.
So you're telling me.
You better be afraid to look me in my eye right now.
No,
but-
as
nothing but
the
luck.
only woman on the show, I can say that the shoes are not the first thing I'm looking
That's
at.
because you're white, and white men don't give a damn about their shoes.
So this is
Wait,
what I'm gonna say.
I care about my shoes.
Exactly, you're a woman.
Well,
Right.
here's what I've
Hold
learned.
on. So
No,
wait.
no, don't even do it. No, don't even do it. I got in enough trouble. We don't need any more.
Here's the thing. I've learned two
Come
things.
on, holy lip man.
I've learned
There's two of us here, by the way.
It's true.
Cut it. I've learned 2 things so far.
You axe part 2. That's your nickname.
I learned that a proud, tough black man, the modern day Black Panther. He is a proud, outspoken black man.
No such thing as a modern day black man.
In the movies. Just go with me. You are an outspoken, proud black man in the black world.
That's me.
Can be equated to a young middle class white female when it comes to how they treat their shoes and how they care about their shoes.
Yeah,
that kind of took
that
their
is-
street cred down a level.
That
A.
is true. I give a damn about street cred.
B, what you're telling me,
But,
and I've had my fair share experience with black women in the past. Okay.
Sorry.
And I lost my virginity to a black chick.
I'm shocked.
So here's the thing.
I'm so shocked about that. Wait a minute. Let's rewind. You did what?
And I lost my virginity to a black chick. I've been with a handful of black chicks. Okay. And maybe it's just the black
Did you make
chicks
them bite
that
the
I
card?
was doing stuff with after I finished. What you're telling me is, because I never knew this about black girls. Maybe they just didn't show it to me, or maybe it was. But what you're saying is a black girl looks at the shoes, and if your shoes look really nice, it'll take away from your face being hit. Like if you have a hit face, she'll still get with you as long as you have really nice shoes.
No. Because chances are,
then why are they looking at shoes first?
Because
The face is the most important part.
Shoes. Then chances are you have no money.
You have a busted face.
But you just said Bill Gates, so that's
but
not fair.
I will say this. I think I know where you're coming from on this. Is if you can take care of your shoes, you can take care of everything.
Exactly. You smart, man. Thank you.
It's one of those things. I do get it.
I have more important things to take care of, like my daughter.
I was going to say,
who knows you got a daughter by your first look, man? Nobody.
Not taking a toothbrush to my shoes.
He got a daughter. He take care of his daughter.
No, but I mean, I do.
Bone him. No, it don't work like that.
I do get it. I mean,
right.
Hold on.
She takes care of the introductions.
If it's going to be one of those things, if it's something that is going to get a lot of wear and tear and get beat up over time, and you know how to take care of that, you can take care of other things. I do get that.
Exactly.
That's too much work for me.
Listen, I completely understand.
I'll walk barefoot.
Chicks like being superficial and looking at things like cars and stuff like that. Maybe not wanting to be with a dude that's walking around in holy sweatpants. I get that. But again, they're shoes, man. They are used to walk around in dirty crap all day.
You need nice shoes.
I have more important things to do than to come home.
Because if you can't take care of your shoes, you barely can take care of yourself.
I spent 2 years.
You can't take care of your woman.
I spent 2 years in the military shining boots. I'm not shining any more shoes.
You don't got to shine them. Just put a wet rag to them.
No, that's stupid.
Stupid. You're like institutionalized by the military, man.
No, I'm not. I'm so completely off of what I used to be. Trust me.
I spent 2 years shining my boots on it. I'm not cleaning my shoes. So just because you shine your boots, you're going to wear dirty, busted, beat up shoes.
Yup.
Depending on in our defense, depending on the situation, yeah. Like I come here every day wearing different pair of boots because I wear like 7 different pairs of boots to work.
Right. But like if I'm at work, I'm not about to wear the fresh pair of shoes at work. Like, you know, I just like to wear nice shoes.
And that's the thing. A lot of times we get here straight from work.
Because we work.
Right.
Because
I
we
do
have
too.
to.
I've been working since I was 14.
We'll see.
Yep.
So
I will say this as the person.
Stereotype killed. Pow!
Listen.
Lawyered!
Listen. Walking down to a government building and standing in line like this once a month is not working.
No, my job is robbing you. That's my job.
You just got cocky.
If I see nice shoes coming my way, I know what the intentions are.
I will say this as the person who I guarantee has the worst shoes in the room.
Yeah, they're kind of late.
Dude, they're in terrible shape, and I know this. What happened is I have a wife and 2 kids.
So you're the only dude with a wife and 2 kids. I got 3 kids, man.
But I can come up with
stereotype
better
confirmed. He has more kids than anybody in this room.
True.
I can come up with better ways to spend my money.
You come up with better ways. Oh yeah,
than on a new pair of shoes
you
for me.
Spend your money on video games. Is that true?
For my kid.
For your kid.
And actually, no, he hasn't gotten anything since his birthday.
Let's put it this way: has your shoe fetish? Say I don't know what kind of shoes you wear. Say you're into the new LeBrons, which I think are close to like $300 right now.
I'm not buying those.
Okay, but are you?
I'm a retro Jordan kind of guy.
Okay, so and those can get pricey.
Yeah. Show me your shoes.
I have on polo shoes now. These are polo boots.
Are you turned on so much right now, girl?
I mean.
Polo Ralph Lauren.
He's white. I feel like they look,
aren't most good designers.
Oh, I feel like they just look like black sneakers.
No, they like sneaker boots kind of thing.
But they're nice black sneaker boots.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he takes care of them, and that's important.
They look all right.
They're 3 years old.
So what I was trying to say was the retro Jordans, which can get pricey.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a time where you wanted a pair of those and you didn't buy something else because you needed the money for the shoes so bad? Maybe not something necessarily that you need like food, but like maybe like a light bulb.
I'm grown. I have children, and priorities come first. You know, so
where on your priority list are your shoes?
Right now,
like say like family.
Low.
You have a girlfriend or wife right now?
No.
Okay, so say meeting chicks, your kids, work and school.
Kids come first.
And shoes at the bottom of all those.
Shoes are at the bottom.
Okay, well I can live with that.
If I can't get them, then I'm not gonna get them now. This because I got responsibilities. Now, when I was a kid and like in high school and I had no responsibilities, they were at like top of my list.
Now, see, I will say this: that actually makes sense. Take care of your shoes because you never know when you're gonna be able to buy more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
so
want holes in them, but again, I don't need to clean them. I don't need to clean them with a toothbrush.
I'm on your side. I'm gonna
come in with shining shoes.
But you know, some people have their things. Some people like shit. Like my boss, he likes Star Wars shit. He got Star Wars and you better run his office.
Yeah, break it.
He wastes his money on Star Wars shit. Like, you know, some people have their thing. So, and there it is.
Okay. Well, right. I feel like we've learned something.
I did too. I learned why white guys don't take care of their shoes.
Maybe not next week, but the week after.
We'll have more.
I think I'm gonna have to find out about Tyler Perry.
What about him?
We don't have enough time for that.
I say
another week.
He's gay.
Do you have an idiot? Oh, wait. Who am I at? Rooster. Do you have an idiot?
I don't even know anymore. The most awkward conversation I think we have honestly had on this show.
You weren't
that I
here
can
last
think
week.
of.
Yeah, you
No.
weren't here at all.
No.
Or the week before that. Or the week before that.
We weren't either.
My guy comes from Colorado. It's Michael Marr. Now, he was already arrested once for portraying a firefighter during a big park fire. And he was arrested and convicted of portraying a firefighter and stealing up to 20 grand worth of fireman's crap. Now, he decides to go at it again and portray a... where is it? I lost it already. Officer from the Department of Homeland Security. And he's at another forest fire. What? But the way he decides to ruin it for himself this time is while they're giving instructions on how to put out the fire, he decides to crank up the radio, blare Journey, and ask where the skank's at. Obviously, he was immediately arrested and later found to be a known sex offender.
Whoops. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll vote on Idiot of the Week nominees. We don't have a list this week, right?
Nope.
So we'll vote and then leave. You're listening to Project X.
Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. By logging on to lovecocaine.com. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe, the printer guy!
Guy.
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC. And you know what saved them? Rectify backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectify backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com.
Produced by alcoholics.
Somebody spilled beer in this ashtray.
Enjoy Project X.
On MorningShowCentral.com.
From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Have you been humbled?
If you're not there, get to the website, projectxshow.com, project spelled with a K.
Not with a C.
Backwards if you can.
Because we're awesome retarded.
If you want to call, don't.
Jerk.
We had some stuff I wanted to get to this week that we didn't get to. Perhaps we'll get to it next week.
Like none of it?
Good. Save your email.
Save the email. I'll save my email. Because I at least wanted to talk about the hot rock star daughter thing.
I still have the link. We can do it next week.
Yeah.
I actually have that in my email.
Because, first of all, it's like the 17 hottest daughters of rock stars. I forget who compiled the list. But
I don't either because I closed it already.
I'm going to take issue, and we'll talk about it probably next week, with two of the things is...
Take umbrage even.
Right. What they consider hot to be, because half of that list is not.
Oh, yes.
And B, what they consider a rock star to be. Now, granted, if you are in a famous rock band, does that or does that not make you a rock star? Because they're talking
Not
about the daughter
necessarily.
from the bass player from AC/DC, and I'm like, when I think rock star, I don't think that guy who I don't even know his name.
There's only two people from AC/DC you should know.
Right. So we'll talk about that.
Well, okay. Well, we'll talk about it next week. Because there was another one on there. I was like, really?
Oh, the other guitar player from Aerosmith.
Well,
you think Aerosmith guitar player Joe Perry. You don't think that guy.
What about Phil Collins? That's not rock.
It's rock. It's a genre.
Technically, it is.
It's a genre.
Okay.
And he would definitely be a star in that genre, I would have to say.
He's done
Because
more work.
If you say Phil Collins isn't, then that excludes David Bowie and Peter Gabriel.
Sure.
And you can't do that.
And
I'll staple your tongue to the desk for that too.
Stapler is working.
I really just want to see stapler tongue to the desk.
He's such a rock star that when they called him up to use a sample, he said, "No, Bone Thugs, I'm going to do it with you." And they went,
got your way.
They went, all right, that works.
I forgot about that.
Recap idiot nominees, Pat.
Mine goes to, out of Texas, Frida DeWeese, the great-grandmother and legal guardian of 8-month-old Onrea. Apparently, it's the
You're
baby's
making
name.
up these names. First one was Frito.
But she assumed her granddaughter, her great-granddaughter, had swallowed a piece of candy. It was actually a water balls toy, which starts out roughly the size of a marble and is advertised to grow to 400 times its original size when put in water, which is probably the easiest thing to counter anywhere around a baby's mouth, let alone in her intestine, where it became lodged, requiring surgery.
Mine is St. Lucie County man, 35-year-old Dustin Edward Carpenter, who, when pulled over on Okeechobee Road under suspicion of DUI, refused field sobriety tests and refused a breathalyzer test because he, quote, "I done seen it on the Mythbusters." Johnny 5.
Mine was Rupert Everett for alienating the entire gay community, which he gave hope to in the 90s by coming out of the closet by saying that gay couples should not be allowed to marry or to raise children.
Girl?
Mine is a woman out of Florida who was charging $200 for men to have sex with her because she was, quote, addicted to money. When the cops got there, she told them not to worry, though. Don't charge her with child endangerment because her boyfriend was taking her daughter outside when the men were coming over to have sex with her.
Rooster.
Mine was a guy out of Colorado who had been busted twice for impersonating a firefighter and got busted the second time by asking where skanks are while singing The Journey.
I'll give Lindsay a second to vote. I found a list. Crack.com compiled this. Crack.com made a list. It's weird. The 5 most pointless things people like to brag about. Okay. Number 5 is how good they are at eating spicy foods. People like to demonstrate their tolerance for pain. Number 4, how they never need a jacket. They like you to know that they are impervious to cold when in fact they are covering for the embarrassment of having decided that morning that they didn't need a jacket, but now they're freezing. Number 3, how well
Keeping
they
nice
function.
shoes.
Keeping nice shoes. that just missed. That was number 6. Number 3, how well they function on no sleep. In fact, they don't. Number 2, how amazing they are at spotting celebrities. They always tell you every celebrity they've ever seen. And number 1, Crack.com, most pointless thing people like to brag about, how often they need to shave. Guys like you to know that they shave in the morning, and by the afternoon, the whiskers have magically grown
I
back.
hate that. I just shaved.
You hang around with a lot of Greeks, don't
It's
you?
like, shut up.
Actually, I can say honestly, I don't know if Pat has a problem, but I can shave him before I hit the bathroom door. The whiskers are starting to come back in. Sometimes it's just pointless.
I just don't like to shave.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Especially now that I'm actually full on shaving my head again, not just buzzing it all the way down, but actually shaving it again. It's so time consuming. I'd rather just be furry. Chris, vote.
Girl.
Rooster, vote.
J5.
Girl, vote.
I'm going to go with Rooster.
Johnny 5, vote. Pat, vote.
I'm going to go with Otter.
I lost count because there's so many people this week. I'm going to go with Pat. Do we have a tally?
We do.
Is there a drum roll? This week's Idiot of the Week winner is...
By a landslide, it's Pat.
Hooray. Welcome back. You win. Oh, Rooster doesn't even know about this yet, does he?
No.
Sweet.
Follow my lead, dude.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who listened, whether or not they were in the chat room, especially Lindsay and Alex, the Project X baby, who we were going to show tonight. We forgot, so we'll do that last week. We'll show him watching and listening to the show. If you missed any part of the show, you can catch it in its entirety sometime soon on MorningShowCentral.com and the 24-hour live feed, where it's available for playback. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just on a 24-hour feed. Tomorrow morning-ish on our website, ProjectXShow.com, where there it is available for live playback or download. You can find us on iTunes. Like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/PXShow. Follow us on Twitter, @ProjectXShow. I think we might have a full crew again next week. 2 weeks in a row for the first time in a long time. Good night!